Well, about 5% of children in this country are described as being extremely intelligent or gifted. They're able to learn faster than other children and have the academic ability of a child or teenager much older than their age. In a moment, I'll be talking to Niamh Corcoran, who's part of this very unique group, and her mum Angela. Margaret Keane from giftedkids.ie is also here. First, let's take a look at this report from Michael Ryan.
Occipital lobe. So this is the red and the purple, and that does vision.
These are some of Ireland's gifted children. They're in the top 5% in the country in terms of intellectual ability. Here at the Centre for Talented Youth in Dublin City University, they study extra courses outside of their regular school week. A range of 27 different subjects are on offer, from investigative science and architecture to Japanese and engineering.
I've done medicine, I've done investigative science, I've done zoology and problem solving and neuroscience and forensic science.
They all sound quite difficult to me.
Not really, they sound harder than they are.
Today we've been learning about the brain and we've been learning about scientists.
Okay, so what can you tell me about the brain?
Well, we have loads of branches in our brain and we have to have a frontal part of your brain to breathe. The lobes on it, the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe and temporal lobe.
I did engineering, legal studies, experimental physics and investigative science.
Well, I'm into interesting things. I like finding out different facts about things.
The forensics is loads about crime scenes, like how to solve a crime, and then neuroscience is all about the brain, so they're both really interesting. They're my favourite parts, yeah. It's fun to learn everything. It's all done in a fun way.
Dana Kilroy was a gifted child herself and attended the courses in DCU. She now teaches the class and says the kids love it.
With things like music and sport, there's a lot of prizes that go out for being good at these things, whereas with intelligence and being academically good and academically gifted, there isn't often, especially at a young age, acknowledgement for that, and it can be seen as a bad thing in some cases, which obviously it's not. Seeing the kids coming in and realising that, it's a good thing to be talented and it's okay to put your hand up and ask questions or to answer questions. It's great. You can see them, getting a love of learning again, and it's brilliant.
The Centre for Talented Youth is the only organisation in the country offering this type of programme. It was set up in 1993, and children ranging in age from 6 to 16 attend classes here in DCU and a number of other satellite centres across the country. 90% of the children qualify through the centre's own academic assessment, but there's also places for children of high ability with learning difficulties. Colm O'Reilly is the course director.
We'd run 3 terms of Saturday classes, 1 in autumn and 2 kind of in spring, and also some summer courses. Saturday they would take a term, it would be about 8 or 9 weeks. They would take one particular course and study that intensively. During the summer they take a couple of different courses and try them out. At secondary school we kind of focus on summer programs, and they would do a 3-week course which would be about first year university standard. All the subjects are university subjects, but obviously at primary school we emphasise the practical, fun nature of the college subject rather than the actual academic side of it.
There's a myth that gifted children all coast through school, getting 100% in everything they do, but that's not true in many cases. They do learn faster, earlier and differently than their peers, but some find it difficult to fit in. Others have learning disabilities, and gifted children's abstract way of thinking can also make it difficult for them to study or sit exams. 12-year-old Niamh Corcoran has been going to courses in DCU for the past 2 summers, and she's due back again this year. A teacher in her old school called her the height of ignorance for going off the topic on a regular basis and asking too many questions.
Last year I did forensic science and art design and astronomy, so it was great. It was great fun. And this year I'm going to do something like psychology or philosophy. In forensic science, we learned the different types of fingerprints. There's 3 main types, and we learned how to take fingerprints, like blood splatter with paint. We learned how to see where a wound was. You meet a lot of people like yourself, and it's very easy to relate and talk to the people. Whereas I might find sometimes it's hard to talk to the people in my class, and it's not when you're in DCU.
Gifted children often run in the family. Niamh's younger sister Sinead and her brother David are also very intelligent. The thought of extra classes outside school would probably horrify most children, but Niamh's mum Angela says her daughter simply loves learning.
If a child is a brilliant footballer, it's socially accepted. Everybody goes, oh, that's great. You know, they're socially, they're sports. Sending a child to college or DCU when they're young is not really socially accepted because people don't understand. They actually want to go. My child wants to go. She craves this knowledge and she enjoys it.
So, back to DCU and the all-important question, what do these gifted children want to be when they grow up?
I think I might want to be a scientist.
Physics scientist or engineer.
Be engineer, or I'd say solicitor.
Science is very fun and you get to learn a lot of things about the earth and your bodies.
When I leave school, I might do a bit of science. I'm thinking of being a science teacher.
These children are amongst the most intelligent in the country. They're doing these courses to make sure they realise their full potential in life. And on this evidence, who'd bet against them going on to do or be whatever they want?